Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Ripe for Reissue. And today I have actually a fascinating suggestion. And I don't know what happened to it. I really have no idea. It's this. This is the Thomas Louis de Victoria edition on Archive production, featuring the Ensemble Plus Ultra under Michael Noone or Nooney or something like that. I mean, I don't even begin to know how such a simple name should be pronounced. Anyway, the bottom line is this. It's got 10 CDs. It's marvelous. It's like the best collection of Victoria stuff ever put in a box. It was issued in 2011. It was licensed to Archive from the Fundación Caja Madrid, and then it vanished. I don't know how long it was available. I don't know where it went. It just vanished. Gone. Poof. As if it had never existed. Maybe the Fundación Caja Madrid only authorized it for a limited release, or they sold out of it, then it went away. I don't know, but we need it back. That's the point. Victoria was, as some of you may know, well, his dates were 1548 to 1611. He was an exact contemporary of Palestrina, basically, and he wrote music which is quite similar to Palestrina's. That is, it's almost entirely a cappella liturgical music in Latin, and it's incredibly beautiful. Some people like him better than Palestrina. I kind of do, only because Palestrina wrote so much you can't get your brain around it, and the time it would take to get your brain around it, to know where he sits compared to everybody else, is so huge that not a lot of people have the time, whereas Victoria seems to have been a little bit easier to digest, just in terms of the sheer volume of stuff. But it's extraordinarily lovely choral music. A lot of it goes along, a little of it goes a long way, because it all kind of sounds similar, which, you know, if you know that style, it's that cool, pure, polyphonic, somewhat undemonstrative, extremely relaxing. It's excellent to induce a meditative state, and I mean that in a positive way. I mean, that's what sacred music is supposed to do. It has that spiritual quality, that sense of timelessness about it that's really quite remarkable, and its beauty is unparalleled, really, in the choral repertoire. So what do you get here? Well, you get a whole pile of masses. You get his Requiem, which is the thing he's most famous for, actually. It's one of the earliest settings we have of the Requiem, along with, Ockeghem and other people like that. So we've got that. Then we get his Lamentations of Jeremiah, which are also extraordinarily beautiful and austere, but in a good way. And then we've got a bunch of masses, the Missa Gaudiamus, the Missa Ave Maristella, the Missa de Beata Virgine, and some Marian motets, and the Missa Alma Redemptoris Mater. That's a greatest hit. I mean, lots of people like Alma Redemptoris Mater. You go home from work and you say, hey, instead of watching, television, the latest version of Survivor, let's listen to the Missa Alma Redemptoris Mater. Or, even better, play it while you're watching, without sound, Survivor. That'll get you. And then we've got, the Missa Oquam Gloriosum, and the, music for the Easter Liturgy at Habsburg and Madrid, and the Missa Ave Regina, and the Missa Salve Regina. Everything you can do with Regina became a mass. Now there are also a bunch of motets. There are 90 works on these 10 CDs, all told. It's a tremendously varied collection, and this is music he composed in Madrid, because it's the Fundación Caja Madrid. That's the reason that they're focusing on Madrid. He wrote some music elsewhere, but it's not the point. The point is, it's a glorious collection. The only real competing large collection of his music is on Hyperion, and that's in individual discs, some of which are available, some of which are no longer available, some of which were at mid-price, some of which are at full price. I think there were about 7 or 8 in all. And it's a very beautiful series. It's a lovely series. It really ought to be boxed up, because there's not a lot of competition. But then again, there's not a lot of a market for this music, I would suppose. Particularly, you know, I mean, choral music people, sure, but, you know, the rest of us who like this style of music, the Renaissance Latin choral music and stuff that goes from like the 1400s up to 1600s or the 1300s, you know, that period. There's tons of it, tons and tons and tons and tons of it. And it's a world of its own. You should take a look at my video, Dave's Handy Guide to Renaissance Polyphony, to sort of get you started on some of it. But Vittorio was one of the great composers of his era, and this is the best box of his stuff, and I don't know why it's not available. So if Archive has it, they should release it. If the Fundación Caja Madrid is sitting on it, they should release it. It should be available. Period. Simple. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.